Good morning, everyone. This is Shelby. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. Today I wanted to work with some stencils. This will probably be a two-part because what we're going to do is we're going to have to let these dry. So take these out of here. I've got several different kinds. I've got these that are really, really thin. We get them off of Wish, Temu. And they're quite thin, but they're good for what we're going to do today. These here are a little bit thicker, and while they're also good, they do add just a tad more bulk than these. And then I have a couple of metal ones, and these are thin too, sort of between the thickness of these two. We're going to use these, and we're bringing out our modeling paste. And then what you'll need is a way to smooth it down. Now, I've had this since high school. This thing is ancient. So, and I pulled out a few other things. And at first, you're not going to be able to see, much of where it's at. But then as you color it, you get the texture, you get the relief of it. And then, but the next video will go into color because we have to let this dry. Now, first things first, I did want to do, this is our scrap journal. And there was a page in here I wanted to add something to. Now, if you're adding it to your journal, you'll need to find a way to hold it open and set it somewhere to allow it to dry. So I just wanted to put something here. Like I said, I pulled out these. That one's, I like that one there. Before I go much further, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me a piece of paper towel ready here. And because I have found that if you take the moment to clean it right after you've used it, it's a whole lot easier to actually get clean. All right, that's a paper towel with a wet wipe. Now, if you notice, I've got some saran wrap around my jar. See how easy that opens? So I don't want that to get on anything. And we're simply going to get some up on our spatula here. Hold that down. And because it's in a book, you may or may not get full coverage because of if it bends. And it's okay if it goes over to the next area. Just smooth it down there. Then I'm going to lift that up, and then is when I'm going to take my knife and get the rest of that off. Immediately back to my jar. Now, from here, I'm simply going to lay this down, take my cleaner. Well, it may help if I take the top off of it. First of all, let me set this aside so this can dry. Bring this over. Give it a good squirt. And then wipe it off. Now, there will be some areas where you see that didn't quite come, well, I think this was because of the paper towel. Try to get those little pieces out of there. There. And it's ready. But if you find that there's some areas that didn't quite come clean, another way to do it Well, this one's pretty much clean. Just my paper towel keeps sticking everything. So we'll do that one with the next one. Oh, on these little cards, I have somewhere the paper stuck. So I do want to cover that up some. So let's go with this one. Again, put that down. Get up some of your modeling paste. You can also use like spackling paste. Now this one's going to be thinner than the other one. Try and get this up. Pull it up. Now you can't really see much of where it's at, but believe me, the texture is there. And then again with this, come in here, I'm gonna give it a white. Now when I made my stamp pads, I found I had one of these, and it's older. It's one I also found in a drawer, but it's the same thing. It simply goes on an edger, a paint edger. And I took the ends off of that one and it just slides in there. So I got some I can hold on to. And then I can come in here, because the bristles are soft enough, and there, that gets, as you can see, I'm not sure if you can see it, little white specks like down there. That's where I did not clean it very well last time. But I found that this here does get into all those little nooks and crannies. It's always good to have things that will make your job easier. So there is that one. Let's do it on one that we can actually see. I like this one. Wonder if that one, or maybe it's too big. I do like that there. Now I'm going to turn it around a bit so that I've got more area to hold on to here. Come in with our paste. And it's basically just filling in the holes. Yep, I know, I went over there. But, you know, it's okay. Get most of this up from here. Seems like the more I spread it, the more it doesn't want to come up. But that's good. Wipe that off. Stick it back in there. And there is that one. Yes, I did go over, but yeah, I can work with it. So there is that one. Set that up there. Again, I'm going to come in here. And wipe that off. Because believe me, if this stuff gets dry, it is so hard for it to come clean. Now, all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to turn that over. Come here and spray this again so that I can get in all those little nooks and crannies. Grab up my little brush here. And there we go, all ready for the next time. And then we just keep going. We can put whatever, wherever It all depends on what you want, what your fancy is. You know, how do you want this to come out? Yes, it is messy, but sometimes that's the fun of doing things. Make a little mess. And if you've got an easy way to clean things up, all the better. See how just that touch on the edge. Set that up there. And again, I would rather take a moment when it comes to messy work like this and working with stamps to go ahead and clean it up right then, rather than letting it get on there and dry. And then it is such a pain to come off at that point. This one will need a little bit more drying. We've got the dark side here. Huh. And that would barely fit. Barely fit. I don't think I want all of that there. What about, all right, now you see we've got this leaf here, and we've got this part of a leaf here. I'm thinking, except putting it right over that one. Just like that. Now, if you have a butterfly, you can put a butterfly down so that it looks like it's on the plants. Turn this around. And there we go. Just that easy. And then, of course, just takes a moment to clean up. And then once you're done, you're not having to spend more time trying to get your stencils clean because they're already done. I'll fold that over because that does have some of the paste still down there. Give it a good rub down to help get all the, and you see where I've used it before, the white in there. Yeah, that's not going to come off because I left it and didn't clean it till the end. So, and then when you're done, what I like, yes, you see me scraping my knife, but what I like to do is to go back in here when I'm finished and put it all back down there. Now, I simply take, now I do have a hole in here, so I'm going to have to put this little on the side there because I can't get to my plastic wrap at the moment. Put the lid on it and now it's ready to go. This, your palette knife, just wipe it off. That can go back in there. These can go in the trash. I'll put my lid on my cleaner. And this here, all you have to do is to let it dry. Of course, now I gotta clean up my hands. But that's the joy. If the worst that I have to clean up is this, I'm fine. But we did got quite a few done today. We enhanced the leaf on that one. We added a little bit of flourish down the edge there. We added a leaf, some accent to our brightly colored paper. We have a texture background here, even though you can't see it yet, it's there. Along with the two that I had done before, which is simply on paper. And we have the one that we did in our book. And that is just now getting dry. So let them sit for a while. Put them off to the side. Forget about them till tomorrow. And then tomorrow we're going to come back and we're going to color all these. Or add some color to them. Similar to this. Here I did the flowers here. This was stamped. But all the other color that you see on here, other than the stamp it is not from ink. Nope. That's not from ink. Tomorrow I'll show you what it is from. So stay tuned. Hit the like button and the subscribe button so you'll be notified when tomorrow's video comes up. And we will explore a whole new world of color that doesn't involve ink. So until the getting tongue-tied. Until then, bye guys!